Main screen turn on.
I'll be the first to admit that my previous unboxing video wasn't too thrilling, but I'm pretty sure this one will turn out better, since I actually have stories to tell now, since these are old boxes from the past that I'm opening up again. I'll probably do some smart editing here and there to cut out some of the awkward clumsiness of the unboxing. So without further ado, the first one I want to start with is this. Now this isn't actually a game. I still have a note in it from when I first got it. From the Nintendo Star catalog. I'm not sure if you can read this. You probably can, but this is all the way from 2009. That's quite a bit ago. So to put this into perspective, if I remember correctly, this thing had cost about 15,000 stars. And the average game would get you 250 stars. So if my calculations are correct, that would mean that I'd have bought about 60 games, more or less, because consoles also came with stars and they had a bit more. But let's put it at 60 games at 60 euros a piece. So that would make this thing worth about 3,600, let's round it up to 4,000 euros. Now the reason I want to show this is this. I still remember very vividly when I arrived at home back in 2009 and my parents, because I was still living at home back then, had already taken this box into the living room. And I was thrilled because it had arrived. So I take the foam out of the box, cut it open, and there we have it. A nice collector statue. So if I'm correct, only 4,000 of these have been made in total. Don't quote me on that though. But here's the thing, I mean this video is called the Sob Stories after all. So it's in the foam. I'm trying to wriggle it out. And it was stuck. So my mom comes up and she says, "Don't worry, I can fix this for you." And she just rips this piece right out of here. Let me zoom in a bit. So there's this piece of rope, which is supposed to go in here. But she just ripped it clean out. Just like that. Thing busted before it even came out of the box. Still pretty sad about that. Foam all over the table. Alright, next one. Sonic Generations. So to explain the quality of this box, I have to go back into the past a bit. I did not grow up with Sega. In fact, I believe that only one of my friends actually owned a Sega Mega Drive. I think is the one which had Sonic the Hedgehog 2 on it. And I think in total we played that thing like once. Most of my friends either owned a PlayStation or a Nintendo 64, and I was in the Nintendo camp. So really my first actual experience with Sonic was on the GameCube. If I remember correctly, Sonic Adventure 2 Battle was a release game on that system, which I bought back then, and it had its flaws, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. From there I bought Sonic Adventure DX, Director's Cut, later on, and the Sonic Mega Collection and Gem Collection, I think they were called. So back to this box though. As I said, I did not grow up with Sonic or Sega, so I don't really hold any kind of nostalgia towards it. But I have to say that when I opened this box up, I did get a bit emotional. So you've got some CDs here. And then there's a DVD, History of Sonic, Birth of an Icon. And 20 years of Sonic music, obviously. Then you've got a nice art book with it as well. And I really love this thing. Especially the pictures like these, going from 1991 all the way to 2011, when this game was released, I should say, if I remember correctly. Old logos, Sonic game logos, even more game logos. Just to zip through this a bit, Sonic, Knuckles, Shadow, so you just got some art from all the different characters that have been through the series. Emerald, from one of my favorite games, Sonic Battle. Old artwork. It's just a really solid book, I think. Not super substantial, but it gets the job done. Alright, to further open it up. So you've got the classic and a modern Sonic on here, the logo of the game, 20th anniversary of Sonic the Hedgehog logo, obvious stuff. And then in this one we have two things. This one first, a statue, again with classic and modern Sonic, standing on a ring, Sonic Generation logo on it. And in the smaller one we have this Sonic Generation gold ring. It has a number on it. Not sure if it can be read, but I have a number 8,829 out of 12,000. But like I said, again, this video is called the Sob Stories. This is the reason why. I actually had this on display in my old house. And when I moved, I also had to move all my stuff from one apartment to the other. And it saddens me to say this, but when I was moving this thing, I dropped it. Resulting in classic Sonic losing a foot. That just makes me sad as well. And last but not least, Diablo 3. So the thing that I like about the Blizzard Collector's Edition is how streamlined they are in advertising for their different games. With this one, for example, there's 2 guest passes for World of Warcraft, which you can use to play for free up until level 20. And you know what? If anyone is taking the trouble to actually read this key, then be my guest and take it. It's on me. This box also came with a pet for World of Warcraft and Battle.net portraits for StarCraft 2. So I really like how they intertwine these things. Now in terms of this box, there's the game, obviously, and a making of DVD, which is also great. And then this is probably one of my favorite things from any collector's box I own. We've got a little statue here of Diablo's face, which also comes with a horn that can go in it. And the cool thing about this is that this is actually a USB drive which has Diablo 2 on it. Great stuff. But the thing that makes me kind of sad on this box is actually the art book. Now this is a pretty thick and expensive art book. But let's quickly flip through the pages here. The Art of Diablo 3. You've got your index, Heroes, Barbarian, Wizard, Witch Doctor, Monk, Demon Hunter. Chapter 2, Chapter 3, Chapter 4, Act 1. Alright, let's flip through it. Chapter 1, the Heroes. So you've got the Barbarian, skipping bits, the Wizard, the second one, the Witch Doctor, the third character, a map, but then the index again. Barbarian, Wizard, Witch Doctor, Monk, Demon Hunter, Chapter 2, Chapter 3, Chapter 4. Keep that in mind. Because, again, the Barbarian, the Wizard, the Witch Doctor. And then when we pass the Witch Doctor, Chapter 3. If I'm correct, it goes on like it should after this. But that still means that Barbarian, Wizard and Witch Doctor are in this twice, while I'm completely missing the Monk, the Demon Hunter, and I think the first part of Chapter 2. So yeah, I totally got a misprint with this. I'm not sure if this is just my copy or if this is every copy. I didn't really read up on it. This isn't really the sad part though. I think this might actually increase the value just a bit. Maybe, perhaps. What really makes me sad about this box is that I never actually got to play the game. But that's a story for another time. So that's a bit of a blast from my past. Even though these three make me a little bit sad, I'm still very happy that I own them. If you have any collector's editions gone bad or your own sob stories on this subject, then I would be interested in reading about those in the comments below. And if you don't have anything to post, then at least I'll hope I'll see you next episode.